Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Shillong's ambitious Smart City project. It's supposed to be this huge leap into the future, but what if that plan is actually leaving its own citizens behind? Let's take a closer look.
So let's kick things off with one key number, 77.81%. That is the official completion rate for Shillong's Smart City projects. Now, on the surface, that looks like a massive success story, right? A city rocketing into the future.
But, a number can hide a lot. So what does completion actually mean for the people who live there? Let's get past the percentage and see what's really being built on the ground. Okay, so from the government's perspective, this is a clear win. They're pointing to all these new, high-profile buildings that are literally changing the city's skyline, and they're holding them up as undeniable proof of progress.
And honestly, you can see why they're so confident. We're talking about a brand new commercial complex with over 100 shops, multi-level car parks going up, new open-air gyms, even aesthetic upgrades to parks and markets. These are things you can see, you can touch, very tangible signs of change.
But behind this shiny official story, some really serious questions are being asked. And what's interesting is that the criticism isn't coming from outsiders. It's coming from right inside the state's own government.
And this quote, man, it cuts right to the chase. A VPP legislator, Ardent Basaiawmoit, is arguing that this focus on commercial buildings completely misses the entire point of the Smart City mission. The part that was supposed to be about improving the lives of citizens.
This powerful critique really forces us to ask a pretty fundamental question. Is Shillong building a truly smart city for its people, or is this just a massive real estate development project that's been given a fancy name?
So, how do we get to the bottom of this? Well, the best way is to do a simple side-by-side comparison. Let's look at what the Smart City project promised to do versus what's actually been built. Let's rewind for a second and go back to the original mission goal. The whole point was to create livable, clean, green, and inclusive spaces. The focus was supposed to be squarely on the quality of life for citizens.
And this slide, wow, it really tells the story, doesn't it? On one side, you have commercial buildings and parking lots getting big green checks, but on the other side, the absolute essentials for daily life, education, healthcare, waste management, even the water supply, are all marked with red X's. The contrast is it's stark.
Now, this probably isn't just a coincidence. If you follow the money, a very clear pattern starts to emerge. It's a classic conflict, making money versus serving the public.
So let's break this down, because this is the real kicker. The projects that are getting built are the ones that are designed to generate revenue for the government, things like rent from shops and fees from parking. Meanwhile, the missing projects, schools, health centers, water systems, they're all cost centers. They are absolutely essential public services, but they represent an expense, not an income.
Now, in response to all this criticism, the Deputy Chief Minister has said that this focus on commercial projects is just the first phase. He's assured the public that all those other important projects, the livability sectors, will be included in a future Phase 2.
But hey, you don't have to take our word for any of this, or the government's for that matter. The sources we've looked at for this explainer suggest that everyday citizens can, and probably should, investigate this for themselves. And here are 3 simple ways you can do that. First, go visit the new commercial complex. Take a look around. Who is it really for? Second, look up the official project list online and check the ratio of revenue-generating projects versus public service projects. And third, start demanding a real timeline and a real budget for that promised Phase 2. And all of this leaves us with one final, crucial question to think about. What truly makes a city smart? Is it the shiny new buildings and the revenue streams? Or is it the health, the education, and the overall well-being of the people who actually call that city home? That's something worth thinking about.